welcome to my channel. Five friends dared to enter an abandoned mansion in the Darwaza village. Little did they know that their lives were about to change in the most horrific way imaginable. As they stepped inside, a cold gust of wind slammed the door shut behind them. The air grew thick with the stench of decay and the sound of their own breathing. Then, to their horror, one of their friends vanished at the top of the stairs. They called out his name, but there was no reply. The only sound that met their ears was the echo of their own voices. The group's hearts pounded in their chests as they cautiously explored the dusty rooms. The room was now drenched in blood, and the pale girl with the black eyes appeared before them. Each one of them was dragged into the shadows and vanished. All that was left behind was their blood. It pooled on the floor where they had stood. She screamed, a blood-curdling scream that echoed through the mansion. He was being hunted, and the girl's voice whispered in his ear, "You brought me home." They found it strange that it was the only one, and it didn't match the set that the missing boy had been wearing. In the living room, they noticed dried bloodstains on the floor, which sent shivers down their spines. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed through the hallway. The friends screamed and turned to face the source of the noise, only to find a long hallway with crimson handprints smeared along the walls. It looked as if someone had been trying to claw their way out, leaving a bloody trail behind. As they ventured deeper into the mansion, the atmosphere grew heavier and eerier. It was a scene straight out of a horror movie. The friends were terrified. They wanted to run, to scream, but their bodies wouldn't respond. They were frozen with fear. It was written in blood. Their worst nightmare was coming true. They were being hunted in this house of horrors. Just then, one of the girls noticed something in the corner of the room. It was a shoe, a blood-soaked shoe. As they stumbled backwards, they saw a fridge burst open. Inside was a severed hand holding a locket. It was a gruesome sight that made their blood run cold. As they made their way to the next room, they saw knives floating in the air, each one dripping with fresh blood. Then, as if sensing their terror, the knives came hurtling towards them, but they managed to dodge just in time. But before they could react, the hand slammed shut and the word "leave" began seeping from the ceiling. They turned and ran, pounding on the doors, but every single one of them led them back to the living room. And in that instant, their fates were sealed. One of the boys managed to escape, but as he ran, blood began appearing in his own house.